discount on the lake in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
$250, man. I'm telling you, here you got nothing. But anyway, you wouldn't pay the guy in advance and give him, here's the 250 grand. Do you know why? The house will never get done on time. He'll never do what he's promised to do. Why? Because it's just the nature of human beings. You pay them as they hit certain marks, certain things are accomplished, you finish it, you give them some more cement, and then you wait till everything's right, and then you close. Why? Because that's the way people are wired. If you were just to give it to them, you would be a nitwit, a moron. That's what women are doing today. They're coughing this up front, which is every man's basic fundamental interest in a woman. You've already given him everything he wants. And then he sit around saying, well, aren't you going to marry me? Aren't you going to spend more time with me? Aren't you going to... No, he's not. Why won't? Because you're an idiot. That's why. Don't do that. Give him that thing. You make that boy earn it. If there ain't no ring, you ain't getting the thing, is what you need to tell him. No, seriously, girl, I don't know why. There's something that really happened in the female culture. I think it's because of the women's lib thing, and they think, well, now we can go out and we can be as sexual as men and stuff like that. But they are fighting against their own interests. There are millions of women in America today that are so frustrated they can never get this. They can never get this. You know why? Because they're dumb. I'm serious. I don't mean it in a mean way, but they're doing a dumb thing by just coughing this up to every guy that comes along, thinking that it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Now, every woman's basic interest in a man is this. What a lot of women fail to recognize is the key to this is this. And if you touch that, it gives you the green light and you can touch this. So I thought you said women weren't supposed to do that. Outside of marriage, inside of marriage, you got to work it this way. Outside of marriage, you defeat yourself. But inside of marriage, you have to realize this is a very important deal. It is. It's huge. A lot of women treat this like it shouldn't, like a side issue. It is not a side issue in marriage. It is the central issue. It truly is. And I'm going to really explain this in greater detail tomorrow. You get this right, things will flow a lot better in your life. You try and discard it shouldn't be about that. He shouldn't be interested in sex. He's a pig. You are fighting now against your own interest doing it that way. You've got to be smart about this, girls. The key to this boy's heart, you know, they used to say when I was growing up that the key to a man's heart was his stomach, but they were about 6 inches too high. And this is important. I got to tell you, girls, if it weren't for this, we probably really wouldn't deal with y'all. Like it is. You know, you take that out of me, I don't think we'd go through the trouble, honestly. This is a game you got to let him know he can win with you. And we'll talk more about this in detail tomorrow. But the crazy thing about it, see, is the key to what you want, here's the door. And for the guys, for what you want, here's the door. And it is the perfect standoff. It is the ultimate standoff. People say, what was God thinking? People say it to me all the time. What was God? This is exactly what God was thinking. The key to you getting what you want is to give your spouse what they want. Now, it's not easy. And sometimes you'll mess up, sometimes, but you got to constantly work for this. You can't all of a sudden disregard this. Some guys, they never pay attention to the girl. They're never nice to the girl. And wonder how come they never get any sex. Oh, I never get any sex. How come? Because you're an idiot. the girl. You got to touch her heart. That's your key. But a lot of guys say, you know, well, I told you I loved you once. If anything changes, I'll let you know. I wonder how come I'm not getting any sex. Well, because you're just blowing it. You're blowing it. And girls, same thing with you. The key to this is this area here. Don't dismiss this. If you guys will flow in this thing, it works and it's great and it's extremely powerful. It is the most powerful thing God ever designed to connect two people. And we'll get into it in a lot more detail tomorrow.
Okay, so lesson number 2. We'll go on to that. How are you enjoying it so far,
Very
Ian?
good, very good.
Good. Okay.
Pieces were delicious. Did you put a little cream on them?
No, I just put some natural raw sugar.
Yeah.
You're okay?
Yeah, they're delicious. I'm just too full to eat more, but I want to have more. Was it the coconut on it too? I saw like the coconut maybe.
No, I didn't put anything else in there.
There was a little bit of cream, it looked like.
Okay, here we go. But do you want these or?
I'm very full
There's
now.
no cream.
Oh no, I'm full. I had like 4 or 5 of them stuffed to the max. They're so
Okay,
good, though.
I'll eat them.
Yeah. Save me a couple for later, maybe.
All right. Men's brains, women's brains. Women's brains think, give. They just love to give. They're happiest when they're giving. You get a bunch of women together and they're all giving to each other. Oh, I love your hair. I love your shoes. I love your outfit. Oh, they just love it. Now, men's brains are a little different. Men's brains think, take. And you get a bunch of men together and we insult each other. We do. You're fat. You're ugly. You smell. Thanks, man. You know, I mean, that's... So if women love to give and men love to take, which way do you suppose the give and take goes in most relationships? That way. Women think the answer is to give more. If they give more, it will inspire him to give back. Ain't gonna happen. All right? You've got to learn, girls, that if you're going to be truly happy, you're going to have to learn how to take in your relationship. And women are fundamentally very uncomfortable in taking in their relationships. They just love to give. But you'll give yourselves to death. A lot of you just burn yourselves out. It's not unusual to have a woman and her husband come into my office and, you know, she's been married, they've been married for 25 years, and she says, I'm giving it that bad. I have nothing left to give. You ever hear a woman say that? I have nothing left to give. They're burnt because they've just given so much. Then you look at the husband and he goes, I thought we had a good marriage. Because it's been great for him. She's given, he's taken, this rocks. All right? So now, girls, I'm going to show you how you can take advantage and change that flow in your relationships. I'm going to show you how you can get a man to do what you want him to do. All right? Now, when I first say that, all the girls go, yes. And all the boys go, you sold me out, man. You sold me. But be cool, because the guys like this part. It's the women who hate it. I get more static from women over what I'm about to tell you, because fundamentally they hate taking in relationships. They think that he should just, just give on his own. You should just give. They're hoping, when I say get a guy to give to them, they're hoping I'll say, bad guy, bad, you need to give more. No, that's what a lot of these people do in some of these seminars. They beat up on guys, you need to be more. No, the real key, I think we've established it doesn't work, okay? The real key is to change the woman's perspective and empower you, because you, in fact, have the power to change this. But a lot lot of women have been so affected by over-romanticized concepts in marriage that they don't understand this. They really think that if you really love me, this would all just happen automatically. If you really cared about me, la 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 la. A lot of women really struggle with this concept because they tend to live in this false romantic fantasy land. Girls, you can either sit around with your hearts broken all the time, or you can do something about it. I'm going to show you what you can do. 4 simple steps, how you can change this dynamic of give and take in your relationships. Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. Number 1, how to get a man to do what you want him to do. Number 1, you need to ask him more than once. Asking a man to do something once is like never having asked him to do it at all. Why is that? Men are always in such a take mode. We're constantly take. We compete taking. We're in business taking. We just take. We're just in this take mode. And all of a sudden, his wife will say to him, "Honey, will you do such and such for me?" And his left brain says to his right brain, "You hear something?" His right brain goes, "Nope." It takes more than once to get